there, Mark. This is Heidi. We spoke briefly yesterday, and I told you I was going to send you this quick little video. I will try to keep that promise and keep it as short as possible. As you can see here, I've got your website pulled up here for you guys. And so the things that I wanted to go over are just three quick things that you can do to improve your presence online. So there are certain things that Google looks for to rate your site and to see you as trustworthy and to move you on up and hopefully get you a little bit more business if you guys need the extra business. So your site here looks good. It's got great imagery, actually. I love the mountains. And I see that you have a bunch of awards and everything, so that's really awesome. Nice thing to show off there. But what Google's going to look for on these pages, despite the photos, is actually words. They're going to look for content, things that are going to bring value to the internet the way that they see it. It's going to be information. So they're going to be looking for a whole bunch of words on here to rate you a little bit higher, as well as pictures. You can do things like save pictures with different naming conventions to get you a little bit more noticed on there, and those are just kind of hidden little things that that'll shoot you up to the top. And then contact information and all that looks good there. The other thing that I would show you is that there's a couple other sites I've pulled up here, but I want to show you, I have this tool that I've got. It's a paid tool, but it shows you a little bit about your website, and it's going to show the ratings and where Google actually sees your site. So here, it's going to give you your URL rating, which is the quality and quantity of your pages. So how many pages you have and what it's contributing to the internet. And then the DR rating, which is the one here, is going to be your domain rating, and it's also the quality and quantity of the domains that are linking to your site. So other places that people can find your site that are going to bring them back to here. So as you can see, you have no UR rating at all with Google. And then your DR is also, it's 0.7, so it hasn't yet reached a 1. And there's a couple other things in here that we can do to get those ratings up. One of them is the backlinks. These are just links that are going to be on other sites that route back to your site, and referring domains as well. So these are just other places that we can put your company out there. Yelp, Facebook, any search, really. It doesn't even have to be those, where people can find your company, and it's going to route back to you and bring those numbers up. And then the other thing here is keywords that tell the internet where to look for where your site, that you would want to load your site up with. So when people search for concrete or concrete construction in Colorado Springs, we want to make sure that you're popping up for those keywords, and I can show you what those look like here in just a second. And your organic traffic is going to be where you're showing up on Google, how many clicks, how many times people are visiting your website. And you're currently not getting any visits per month to your website. So while you do have a website and it is pretty and attractive, it just isn't getting the traffic that it needs. It's not showing up anywhere unless people know to look for actionreadymix.net in specific. So to look at your backlinks for your site, I just want to look here real quick. You actually have, the only things that's showing up is, like I said, if people are looking for your specific site, so Action Ready Mix, Action Ready Mix, Action Ready Mix, they're not coming up under, you're not coming up under searches for concrete in Colorado Springs or Pueblo, or concrete contractors in Colorado Springs or Pueblo. The keywords that people are typing in there to get a quick search, you're not popping up for them. And ideally, you would like to show up in this. So if I was looking for a concrete contractor, say, you would like to pop up in this 3-spot map pack here. And then you would also like to pop up on this very first page of Google, because as you know, if you're looking for something, I'm sure if it doesn't pop up right in front of you, you're not usually going to keep on hunting past these other pages. So the goal would be to get you right up here in this organic listing down here, and then also right up here. So what I've done is take a couple of your just your competition, basically their websites, and I've thrown them into that same tool to kind of show you the difference in what we would be looking for. Oddly enough, say this Russin Concrete here, I've got them in here. Now their website similarly does not have a bunch of words either. They're rating because they have keywords stashed in. So it would be very easy to simply outrank them based on just putting some words in here and putting keywords in. And then the thing is though, with their numbers, they have a pretty good URL rating. They are also not ranking high in their domains, so that's an area that you can rise above them. They only have 300 or so backlinks. They do have more than your site does, but it's also still a very low number. 90 referring domains, like to see that number a little higher too. But they are getting 268 site visits average per month, regardless of their ratings, simply because of where they're placed on Google. And that's because they have all these keywords stashed in there. So ideally, if they have 227, we would want to get you up to 400 or more. They're showing up for things like, the keywords. As soon as you type in concrete companies in Colorado Springs, they're getting 40 clicks for that, 35 for this, 158 for their own site domain, but that's kind of like the traffic that you're getting for only people who know your exact website. But the volume of these keywords is pretty high because people are typing in these things, and this is what you want your site to come up under. You don't want them coming up under these little 40 and 30, 20s here and there. These high volume keywords are what we're going to be looking for, this Colorado Springs concrete contractors. And then since you've opened up in Pueblo too, we would want to branch out and include that as well. And then the other site here, very similarly as well, does not have a whole bunch of verbiage on their front page. They don't have the content, and like I said, they have this, but that's not very much. Google's really, really looking for that content because they want you to be contributing to the internet with words, and it just makes you more trustworthy, basically. But same with their site here. They are rating a little bit higher up here, still pretty low on their domain ratings, but they do have a ton of backlinks. So these are places that we can go to other sites that will link you back to them. So they can have, I'm not sure what just happened to the internet there. But they will go to other sites. You can click on a picture or a hyperlink or something, and it'll go back to your page no matter what. So you can kind of hide those in other pages, and we just go to those sites and just request a permission and put those links on their pages. Same with referring domains. This is just listings. You want to be found anywhere on Facebook, Craigslist, Instagram, just little things where you can put your site up where it'll just keep coming back to you. And then the keywords, same thing here. We would want to outrank them. You'd want to go 400 and above just to get those keywords above them. Both of these sites that are showing up on the top on Google still have very low input. I'm actually really surprised. So it'd be pretty easy to outrank those sites. But they are getting 257 site visits per month versus the 0 that your site is seeing, simply because it's further out on the pages and people don't take the time to go further through the pages of Google. And Google, the more traffic you get, the more Google will rate you as a trustworthy site, and they want to see more of you. So those are some things that we can do to do that. And the other thing is to do some citations, and that's just throwing your name out there in every place possible and making sure that all of your information, so if your Facebook page, all of your information here matches up in your About section, that your name is exactly the same through and through on every site that you have, your phone number is exactly the same, your website is exactly the same. all of your hours and your location is verbatim the same, that gives Google another piece of information to just travel through your site and make sure that you're a trustworthy site, that you're doing everything the same, and that it's easier to track and rank you up there to the top, because it's always going to place you in as that same business instead of a little bit different. One letter can change the world in this department. And if you're not super interested in using your Facebook, it looks like your last post was back in April. I don't know if that's just because I'm not on your friends list. But it's a great free tool to utilize, and we can get your ratings up there too. And it's a great place to throw your website out on and try to get you to pop up, because if you get those Google ratings in here too, you'll also pop up right down in here for the Facebook and outrank these guys. So we would want to get you listed up here in these top 3, and we'd also want to get you listed on this first page of Google. So there's just a couple things that you can change. I understand you're probably not the owner, but if this is something that you think that the company could use or would be interested in, feel free to go ahead and reach out to me. Like I said in my email, you can reach out to me anytime. I know you guys probably work long hours. I would be interested in any feedback if you have it. And please go ahead and pass this on to, if it's not you, to whomever you think would be interested in possibly working with us. And if you find that you're not interested in it or didn't find the value that you were looking for in this video, no harm, no foul. I hope that you have a great day, and we'll look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks, Mark. Have a great day.